This is Mercytv and una day with the Civic Hour. Normally when I know say Civic Hour, na the time that we tell una about current issues and things that will concern this country, things that will concern me and you, things that will concern the community, things that will concern up country, international, everything, education, health, and anything that will. Today, of course, the topic where one can talk of is not something very current. So one can talk about two major things that way they happen presently now or we don't happen. One, the dialogue where they happen now between the SLPP and the APC, where them people then don't come. The AU, African Union, the ECOWAS, and we all sub-regional organization, and the Commonwealth. Then, of course, when I know say yesterday, the European Union, then Boku talk be done, they will know one big man where they win a Mueller. People then we don't they say about that. But then don't come yesterday, they don't pull them paper. That the election, how they see and they say observation. Well, for help me talk this, I gave me two Allegro, wait and serve them with me. So I go just pass and to now. Yes, Mr. Tutu. Well, okay. Remy?
Alright, viewers, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. As usual, we can say, depending on who side you day, you watch this program, maybe live on Facebook, or two we Mercytv channel on 29. I want to say really glad you for being at the studio. Even though it's raining heavily right here in town, but at least for the sake of we civic responsibility to the nation are there this night. So thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Tutu.
We are always here. What do I always make for the people they know, from the known to the unknown, and that unknown they are not the key, because we not sabi at all. It's not easy, and I mean the person we not sabi lives on assumption, assuming something they say, I be feel say, and they think that they will wicked they are for clarify, so that you get a first-hand information. And an information, a convincing information with facts, so that when you even do your research, you will really get and clear say it's not a say assumption or presumption or whatever the show you go think of, but this is a plain truth of whatever event will unfold now. I think that's now we present now for educate the public in the civic form. Yeah.
Okay, so. Well, fun with them. We'll be right back.
Bonanza, bonanza, bonanza. Mercytv don't come with a grand 20% discount bonanza.
You will get birthday, anniversary, adverts, talk show, obituary announcement or live show. You go get 20% off the normal price.
For you where the find am difficult for catch Mercytv or not the catch am at all, we get with master sub engineer them. We go come help you scan and do the installation easy one.
All you need for do now for visit with office number 4 Railway Line 10 Beton, or you can call 076 978 161.
Michelle Group of Companies is reliable, competent, and trustworthy in providing quality service to its wide range of clientele. Through Mishcom, we provide premium internet service, secured data connectivity, VLAN and VOI over stats and fiber to mining industries, enterprises, hospitality industries, banks. We also provide fiber to home, point-to-point, and satellite backup for Freetown and provincial regions. Through our Michelle Security Agency, called MSA for short, we provide a wide range of services that brings safety, security to our clients. Our services include Staff Guard, which also includes access and control room, customer service security, roving, mobile control, and many more. For more information, visit our head office at number 10I Sasame Lewis Road, Freetown, or call +232 73 554 616 or 232 32 554 616. Michelle Group of Companies. We are the leaders.
Yeah, welcome back. Of course, as I tell you now, we will deal with the two things then today. One, now the dialogue, where they go on now in the presence of the international committee made up of the European Union, the African Union, the ECOWAS, and the Commonwealth, where they don't come, then they talk between the APC and the SLPP. But there's one thing where I want to make people then understand. People then they misunderstand two English words then. Dialogue and negotiation. Some people then they say the people then go they camp on negotiation. No. Not a negotiation then camp on. Negotiation are where two people then always be don't join for something. Something come in between them. This whole one part and the whole one part. Then stay away. Something they win and they between them. Somebody one can bring them back. Like in the form of, let's say, the elections will be. Somebody pull paper say, now this as he say, now me win this election, now this as see. The other man says, now this me get. So for bring them together, you can do some negotiation. But now this one, a dialogue. Dialogue, if you look at from the English word, they talk about say like what where you they talk something. When they talk on something, then when they just verbatim, you don't get any force over anything. Now talk no more when they talk about something. Now this day. No, not to say it. Me feel say na so it and now in a dialogue. Now there where I come for. I want to make people they understand that fully. You know. So in the question of dialogue, where you dialogue with somebody, you they put something there on floor. You say, I want this for B, I want this for B, I want that, I want and so. The other person is saying, well, it depends on how you want it, but me not get this one, so me one day. So if we want to bring them to the context of the APC or the opposition, then you talk now, thing that the way they don't put on the table where everybody know about. One, they don't say the parliamentarians then where we don't stay away. For when they go back to the parliament, they talk about say the money they way they don't lose, they forget that. Then they also talk about the commissions of inquiry. Then them money talk where they say they be embezzle money, they do corruption. They don't care, they go to court, and the matter then appeal court. So and then the one day where Dr. Samura Kamara, when the leading flag bearer of the APC, they been get something there for talk about. Then with Chancery within America, the halala they say we all things in a court. Then also they talk about the elections where don't pass, where some people they say the opposition they say they're not too sure of saying President Bio win. So then they say talk for day. And we already say some people may not see and not hear it directly from the horse's mouth. But that's people that they try for say at the end of Madabio in rule, the power for pass to the APC. So then are the few things that were there on floor. But make the we can call it the foundation talk. That point they always I don't show to when I for no say if na the corruption case or anything we get for do with the parliamentarians and for going to court, you know, get anything for do with the executive wing of government outside President build the in government in the sense that now a matter we more deal with the court. If you come to the elections, the question is not to President Madabiu said conduct the election, not to the ministers and conduct that election. Now the Sierra Leone Electoral Commission, ECSL, election, of course, Sierra Leone election, sometimes we call a NEC, National Electoral Commission. Now they set that particular elections, now they don't come out with a winner. So if na question where you want to talk, I think say na then are the right people they wait for talk. That is the bottom line. Make everybody in here. If then the last one where I go tell you now, all of that what they talk about, we get one agreement we law them also don't make way in the big book called the Constitution. That Constitution they now ain't get for tell you say na so if for do na so if for do. So that dialogue with them a hinge on that three things the way I don't show you now. But as I always tell you now, I get me comrade and where they are. So I want to make themselves look at her. So I will start off with Mr. Tutu Rogers. You know, the man with the legal aid man, so it's a need for no work of that thing there. Mr. Rogers, how you see the dialogue with the APC and the SLPP they don't try that they can't talk about? How you see it?
Well, it has been called for.
Good.
It has been called for because before this time, election we don't do. The left sit down, they ring bell, and bell they don't go. The only time where you can fight us against that bell, at the time where all procedures concerned with regards to the competition where they go up, you adhere to the rules of the game. You see, say your competition is in the confinement of the laws where they institute around that particular program. Talking about elections, we all know say election getting in protocol, and the protocols then they will all in. I will see how it starts till to election day, and till to the announcement, and then we say we did so now. Unless people become hypocritical in a country we are. But if without no hypocrisy, but I mean talk on issues of the fact, go clearly tell you say to start with, competition of any type in any part of the world is not 100%. The human being of itself not 100%. Because imagine you look at something there, something you have no edition because the minds are of different views. You might and it might not be one. So the way I go look at things for give a conclusion to. Once it might not be exact the law, but if you are within the line of the law, and then you go say this is not my own view, then the other man say give your own view. Views come out from different, but let it play around the law. When you look at the election from that time till what happened, any part of the world, election or classroom, when I even classroom monitor, when they say that they do election, there is not a winner that will not come out with a joy of happiness for explain how ASF do and win. There is not a loser where he go lose. They go say, they explain one rating, he forget the election left so no more. Without explain nothing. And besides, for anybody who go into competition, get followers, when they get for vote for. Maybe sometimes they heard my say, no left so no more. No left. Or the one that go they say, this thing you lost. No, I'm not agree, I'm not lost. The argument start within themselves first. Before they come out to an opponent where either win, either go and jubilate. That happens in any competition as equal as elections. And when we look at the election where take place, after election explanations they come. But what you could make election the explanations the way they come, they get weight. Now when the election, the one group as against the other, the one group they are in one voice for counter attack or counter whatever come wrong as against the other. Then the one that they middle for talk on the issue, I mean it's not gonna be find more difficult for let us see how they go about it. But in a situation where it be say if the losers then they lose. But within themselves again, Then they expose the secret as to why make the loss. There's like, then they already begin to explain their own issue now as against the one way in win, way from the ego pick, they able to tell you why make in win and they loss. In our party, elections will take place. We have how many oppositions? It's not one opposition. It's many oppositions, and they got lost in the election as against the one who be the winner. Then we see who's inside the election, facing the fact, all the one that they lost were in our oppositions. Then we see who's side they come out, congratulate, explain. How much you must explain? Then you give up. It's just that the main opposition stand strong, and farm say no, and not seeing himself for a lose election, which was clear. Now their own view, now their opinion. But waiting bitter a bit in the whole process. Now in the situation we are in the same party, a major key stakeholders who are prominent people in this particular party that can give voice for let them really know say this thing happen, came in the negative form as against themselves. That one, their elections, when they are talking about legitimacy, start from them in their within house elections, where they see themselves for not going to be credible among themselves, so they bring out the popular one. It happen at any election, even in the SLPP. I don't know if I'm becoming outside. Some grown will become
even the chairmanship
and all that in there. It happen at any election. Yes. So they too have their own in their own domain, and ABCs they get their own. And you see who said they talk say to date they are against themselves as to if they are having a legitimate executive.
So you want to tell me say the dialogue necessary or not necessary?
No, I cannot go to the necessity of the the dialogue because it has been affirmed. They already agree. If the question become to the public the first before this time, before they agree, because now they don't agree though. They get forecast it. If they don't agree, then they say they want the opinion views, then that question will be necessary.
Yeah, but you can still have your opinion.
If they see the premise where they lay, we give answers to people that are viewing.
Okay.
That if this thing they don't really, from that end, one of the key possible when you see a structure that thing, I'm a media person, and then I know what it means for a structure. Your views in that constructive manner for either critique or support. And when you look at the Cornelius Defoe,
yeah.
When you look at Cornelius Defoe, we a very strong member of the APC. Then, if even they not in a free atmosphere today, not because of empathy, because of in die-hearted position where they for empathy, but today, they freely like how other one that they pass. But he made a very lengthy critique on the election and talk where they went wrong and why they were not in that particular capacity and why they should not win and why they're not for every challenge, or if they challenge, let them use the right procedure. He made that clear. He come to the people like the Sylvia Blyden, Dr. Sylvia Blyden. She's a very strong member of the opposition. Mm-hmm. And when you look at all the areas the way begin a pick point,
even before the election,
before, during, and after, to date, you see who's in position there. When you look at the Karamokaba, the Kemosisi during the McKinney election, when you look at what they put there with that woman, where they can begin to expose themselves on here, Bona, for talk about the position in the election
the former vice president,
yes,
Sam
Sumana, and even Ambassador Victor Bokari Fo, the Alpha Khan. When you look at all these people, these are strong members of the APC for which if not anything, they should be in forefront for be on behalf of the party. When you look at that one, it's down. Then you come to the area of assuming they end up for accept that one day. You talk about the Peter Alfred content in position, which he all is say where he on record on BBC from that August 10 till Kandong. They're doing that, they run there between themselves. When you look at all those structures, you begin to build up. You know, you look at why we for win or not for win. These are some of the stages you when you build like you put up this Yebu lady Dumbuya. All the one that these are strong members and they bring in facts where they know they scared of no way about them. Then you look at all these positions that they have held to this time, and then you listen keenly to two prominent members of parliament, the Ibrahim Bundu, Honorable. When you look at he was a very strong person in that particular process. Then you think of after the election, what he talk about, even that the message, whatever decision is being taken was not taken to the people. It put it in a situation like there is a small number and then they push it in, not to the entire voice of the APC. According to her, when they ask her, it talks even the decisions taken by the executive is not, you know. I mean, I try to bring about a statement from the rare people of the in-house. Then you think of Banadela High, Honorable, instead a past experience where instead they put her.
They did to SLPPO.
No, I talk about messages. I mean,
the messages that came from people.
From people on issues where I'm not a bill on miss. I'm not of self information they give. Okay. This the message that they give in the ears of people. Because I want give message where you go not go feel say me na me you making.
In fact, if
I'm not giving message that it is my own making.
If I understand you, you don't tell we say the house is completely divided.
And because of their division, all their secrets that should make them of a voice for let them really stand tall for in this dialogue for fight against. Because even when they go for the dialogue, there are others they still hitting at the back. As I'm talking, I mean there is a press release where the police they don't counter now, where a group of people they want go as against the very executive, they want protest before the thing. But now for let them get the right people there now, it does stop us more, so the police don't stop our force. So this just the try for talk say, even in the same house, even as some that they go take and say that they go in a positive move for let them put the party in a better position. In the same party there are other factors that they go they hit say na lie or they lie. No okay, not go there. So I'm talking about that if these statements are not well constructed as against what they want to go for, then and I mean people that are coming are neutral people as we take them to be, and they are going to sit on a place where their ears are so sharp because they can't for listen not one-sided, and if their ears are sharp, it be for good for their ears they sharp to somebody where they come with something on the table. He used the word a whole political party, and that whole political party be of one voice. There is nothing like shake day as against what that they come for, so that they're going to get clear picture as to how they for me. But not like that they come from listen to the one that they don't table something. But inside the same place, other they say, I don't listen there, not like that in there. So you can see the kind of it's like bringing our house, let's build it first. So when we don't bring out one voice, they will pursue to the table, so that we speak out one voice. But getting to the table with a divided mind, you know, I mean, now that area the pity, because I would have loved, like since the election be done though, I mean they will pursue what they want to do now. I mean telling parliamentarians, mayors, this and that, don't go anywhere, it's good. But why during that process they happen? That before that again come together, a very strong meeting for put their house in order. So that coming to this stage now, so this platform where they come, they would have come with a very good voice as nobody counter the option. So that even the one that they come for consider for listening there, it's like they will be hearing if now they say yes, the yes all they come with one voice. Not only yes, no, yes,
no.
Yes. I mean that kind of structure.
Okay, Remy. The other side of the coin is the people are saying, you know, say these commissions of inquiry become way, you know, then these people then take money away not to their own. Some people don't even pay. Some people don't even pay and die. Then some people don't go to the court, they don't win. Some people don't go up to the court, then say when I'm wrong, then they take them up to the appeal court. Now, the dialogue where they go on, one of the key thing them, now for make the government try for pardon them. How do you see that one? Like the judiciary or pardon?
So it takes me back to what you asked initially. What are the difference between dialogue and negotiation? And then we make the viewers they able to understand. Say, in dialogue, we exchange ideas, and at that point where we exchange ideas, we are not under pressure or any form of commitment. We just express what we think say go wrong, and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
But in negotiation now, we assume the existence of discrepancy. That means say something go wrong now.
Yeah.
Where you don't benefit for.
Yeah.
So me no benefit. So now, if I for let go, commit me, say myself go benefit from the same discrepancy. So that is negotiation. So, but I will tell you, say both negotiation and dialogue always necessary for settle conflicts.
Of course.
But now we ask ourselves, is there any conflict here? Do we have need for negotiation and dialogue? Let me ask ourselves now. Yes, after this election, we been get reason for come now on a round table, for come dialogue and negotiate. Because if you even follow the social media, you go out there on the street, you hear people and they ask, what are we dialoguing about? What are we negotiating? People don't able to understand anything. Because as far as the people are concerned, nothing will happen. We for take me on the table for logo discourse. But again, let me look at something. I think slightly you try to talk about something we get for do with the rule of law. And on that part, me specifically want to look at, as far as this program is concerned, civic education hour.
Yeah.
And one of we civic responsibility as Sierra Leonean, now for obey the laws of the land.
Yeah.
Obeying the laws of the land not mean say when you see traffic sign you for obey them. It not only mean say when I see Mr. Samai, I not for slap him if we not do me now or if we do me something. Not to that is limited to.
You know for slapper, you for slapper.
No, whichever means.
It's for slapper.
But no, even if he bug me, he do me something way so hot. The law not make provision for me for retaliate. The law say I for go complain. Say Mr. Samai, don't do this to me. He hurt me, but I for still exercise that patience and believe in the police. Go to them. If possible, we end up in a court and get a possible resolution. From the courts, if nothing able for come out, because I can remember there was one time some people let me get issue na ban brass ban, and they were before magistrate Fisher then tell them they be magistrate. It be the court number 5. When you look at this party and you look at this other party, it can for find out say they all are bad man there. And not only bad man there.
It's a bad man.
Not only bad man there. Then belong to the same band. Not that this day this other school band and they don't know. Now the same school band and they belong. And when I can't before me. And me self na bad man. Okay. Now what you look at? It can for find out say the what you result to this whole thing now because we be the meet together at the same place. So now I dey refer una back to the same place where una get this conflict from. Alone go resolve them. Because at the end of the day, if the court for crime inside now, una go end up in enmity. So now, when we talk about respecting or obeying the laws of the land, not only means say all that thing that I don't talk about, it also means say you forget trust in the institution that we are established by we self as people first. For say when we are hot or when we don't understand something or when something confuse we or when we get any form of misunderstanding, now the point this one for use. So now we dey expect say when election don over and you feel aggrieved, Mr. Tutoro just be dey make mention about competition the way people know they agree. Once na contest you lost, somebody must come up.
You must get
even John Kista of former the Ulster coach wey say he left so he no able for win more than 2 games for the Ulster. All the game the way they get when you start they lost, they complain. How the referee was biased, the technical part of the team they not been concrete. Just for make people please let them just be satisfied with them and believe say this man may for do am better, but na because the people they not get support. So, but the only contest when he had me for let them beat somebody, he complain. Now in athletic, because in athletic I get my own lane, you get your own lane. Then because you used to, no, he had me. You push him. He had me. You kick him. Once. Nothing at all. Yes, he had me. Yes. You understand? I mean, anybody will go now after athletic and beat you, go complain. You only complain against maybe you technical team.
Like if you do so.
But he had me go against the organizers because the way by his own nature. But any other contest again, he always gets dispute. But all of these disputes can necessary because they help we. Yes. Now make up the contest. Yes. Because at the end of the day now when we disagree, we be able to agree back so that going forward, we know say it go get for happen, but it go get for less. Because in future of 2028 election when it come,
yes.
I know that disagreement get for day. But why would they try to talk about this? As far as civic hour or civic education is concerned, we no want for set bad precedents, and we no want for as a country, we no want for begin for deviate from we institution the way we don't set up. We no want for go to that point where they struggle with democracy to the point that we don't yet say when we are hot or when we are aggrieved, now the court will forgo. Because now from the courts, like I want to make mention of the ban, now from the courts, will they end up na negotiation table or dialogue table, because now we are in courts and the courts able for realize say the only way this go able for resolve, not to forgive this party rights, not to forgive this party wrong, but the only way we go able for resolve this as a nation, because at the end of the day we are all one people, we are all one nation, in spite of the fact that we all belong to various parties, but wetin don happen so get for do with the nation. So at the end of the day let me go back na the table now and then go sit down, then we dialogue. So now make you find out say out there people are asking, what are we dialoguing about? Have we test the institutions we put for we concerns them? We not make use of them. So it's a bad precedent. And at the time was a bad precedent because if the government of this day, because let me say the government also are not to be held responsible. Because SSF na election and they announced so now they are in governance. But we don't concern about that the fact that they for uphold, because that is another civic responsibility. According to the constitution, they get the right for uphold the constitution of the land and not for Bellam. So in terms of setting back instruments, so
you dey try for tell me say the AU, the ECOWAS and the Commonwealth, then they try for bend the hand of the constitution or the judiciary?
Well, I think say inside civic hour there was a time where we talk about reasons then why people then still interfere into the matters to the point that then they get a say. We will talk about it. I think say as a nation we don't go beyond. We supposed to don't go beyond. I think there was a time again where I talk say why make we get big problems with democracy? Why we democracy not able for grow up it and not able for mature it? We are still drinking milk at 61 years of age. We are still drinking milk. because the lack of civic education. Civic education was not there when we started this whole thing they call democracy. Our political parties, we succeed for able to make we members then so keen and die-hearted to the political party. But as a nation, we will not be able to get it right for let people and die-hearted to the nation. Now look at what happened. The new American ambassador to Sierra Leone now went to the APC office. Let me make mention of a political party.
Yeah, of course.
They went to the APC political office. There was nothing where this man say to the APC. Well, not only we don't talk about now this country. We don't talk say all of the differences. Now salon now for put number one. That was the same thing the man said. He said when I put on our country first,
not political party.
We talk say, and just as we don't talk now inside this program, that let me test, let me learn for they get patience and let me make use of these institutions that were set. They established that we set them. This was what the man also told them. Una make use of those institutions. The man also say, una can be inside governance and still shout out. The people will hear you. The government will hear you.
You're not going to sit.
But the same thing is what we they talk as people. So it's unfortunate that up till now we are still struggling for able to understand ourselves as a nation because of the lack of civic education. Where from the foundation of this nation, when we begin practice with democracy, we are able to make the people understand, and to the point that we go make a constitution where the political party them so much power as against the state, to the point that the entire political party say any member within a parliament where they represent the state will not go in line with the political party. Una get right for drive and commodity. Una get right for disgrace and commodity. Una get right for do and this, do and that.
That was unfortunate.
That was an unfortunate arrangement. That tells you that we empower political party as against the state. So that was a lack of civic education at that time, but we forefathers they were prepared this constitution for we, including the APC where they complain so now. In fact, they were in governance at that time.
In fact, they
were the architect of this whole thing.
1991 constitution.
So they look at how the thing seems for me like.
The crime 20 you make.
It was like a program where I attended yesterday and even this morning. It's a gospel program, a church. How for grow church? How for let church grow?
Leadership.
Yeah, leadership for let church grow. That was the program. And all of the message only hear from yesterday, from the man of God when they preach. From yesterday to today we preach. All of the teachings, nothing really strange. These are the same teaching where Bishop Abuko Umar don't teach. Now the same teaching this way Pastor Mabu don't teach. Now the same teaching this way Carlos Sanjori don't teach. Now the same scripture this way Apostle Anthony Keta don't teach.
Okay.
Not enough stage, but people let me they celebrate and they jubilate because the person will be they talk now foreigner. So to we it was strange, and to we this man they say I'm better because he's a foreigner. So this is the part we are moving still as a nation, and we are even going worst because people are get the potential for their governance. Say they're not ready for listening to nobody in this country, but they're ready for listening to people learn from outside. It's another bad precedent we are setting.
So what if we with the negotiation would now prescribe say let we get another election again, or let we left all them and then we'll be doing the COI?
Well, that's the danger. That's the danger when it comes to negotiation. Because in negotiation now, when you dialogue, you have to end up with negotiation. So now there the problem. And that's why I think say many Sierra Leoneans and concerned, including me myself. I think I've been talking that we monitor this negotiation, we monitor this dialogue. But if anything we get for do with discrepancy, if this election true be get discrepancy, and the government aware say that there was discrepancy, and at that discrepancy then I give we kind of power. So we are now going to agree that una allow me no work, una join me no work, una self go benefit from this discrepancy in future. Then now there's some of we they begin get problem with these states, not only the government, we they begin get problem with our own country itself.
Back coming. Not to.
Okay.
Honestly, let me begin with the word. Unless we become very much hypocritical with issues, but if we are not hypocrites, then it's a clear thing. In fact, for coming this far to this particular thing, you look at them, you find out say, I mean, if we don't even begin to go wrong. Elections have been taken in this, in the country. Wherein, as you don't election you don't become opposition, you begin to campaign from that day with dollars for the other election.
That is it.
We not see, for lepers begin to say, I not agree, we'll go begin to do this, we'll begin to do that. The president came on his first term for kill the word where they call lawlessness. And when we look at in the entire first term and just part of this way don't begin, lawlessness don't make, let's say, don't make armchair for himself and you don't know. That jig-jag seki geography talk any rubbish, then it goes scot free. Then in a situation where they want to deal with her, the same people the way they should be role model of the law, they go begin to say that they compromise with the law. And in compromising with the law, this that they would not get it wrong. Yeah. Imagine I sit with parliamentarians, I sit with ministers, I sit with people of high status society where be say some issues that they can happen. Quick they don't go to the first and say, brother say happen, but how for do now than they. The moment they don't use that one now than they now because the law in there don't begin to forget about first.
Bad bush.
So when that law you don't forget about that. Mind you, what thing they talk now more no jumper. And that book on no jump. Coming to the area of the one way Sabia, for that you do something, they will have like a quarter day. Now they it expose you now. They go say, yes, I want to now. But in a situation this person do that as caption, this, that say, for saying that so this person, that way that person be done another. And that's what we are envisaging. And what thing make we say with this so?
We will not say to not straight, but we will tell the people.
We say what thing make we say with this so?
That there will be no election. Honestly, let us follow the rule of the law.
That's the law. What thing make we begin the say with this so? We say we begin the miss up. Now the area of the COI, Commission of Inquiry.
Under the compromise.
The Commission of Inquiry cannot speak out the actual thing. People be educated well as to how it go after the white paper. That white paper, hearing some people that begin to say, how somebody don't do that, they say if I do this, if I take that, then they begin to say if I will go pay small. Then if they pay small, then they say they're not calling him. And one thing's really afraid, that naming and shaming. Now just small touch the top teacher there, it became alarming. Why? Because it was a naked, plain, face-to-face business. Where they work out, they take their pin there. In some countries, they Arab the law and law.
Then they cut you on
when they take you, when they take you, when you do something, they hide you, say, let me not show your name. Then the middle man will say like this. And if that commission of inquiry with the white people will come, and the team the other day, and whosoever be involved with it, whether be beginner action for who, it won't matter. I like that. Bambani go put it in. If you know the whole route did for hold you, they count you to vote like what the commissioner Francis Benkefala do. He tested our teachers. It was with the same people. The hypocrisy what they taught. It was with the same people beginning to say, you know, for do so this and that. I have been a teacher from college. I taught for 5 years. And that is why I'm not say I go against teacher, but where there is fact that would have been a precedent for them make people that know say law na law. You don't have to compromise with it. Then when President Benkefala enforce for say the former president for come out from McKinney for Kana Freetown for attend to matter. We say people they go they say they don't too money, they don't thief. Now who come on the street again say, but other man they baby man don't come on this country. They want to begin this. So we shout when we needed. The way the thing become a play for action, then grind down. Then when now they talk about economy, the bad economy, this and that. If those monies were raised since that time, for see what the economy for don't look like, I think though it is global, but something for us shape as small. But this was not done. So we begin a miss from that point the COI. Then we come to even to the elections. The laws already did it. Now today, I remember Dennis Bright, Femi Clodosko, Dr. Dennis Bright, Femi Clodosko. We begin our Freedom Radio because I put her to the straight. I will say it again. I will tell them say that you have put anytime I see that they talk. Now we don't wait for the people there for be serve as role model to speak the truth, ordinary truth to the people there. Now that they deceive people there, then later on I can't back. Coming to the area of the two registrations, they were outside. They tell no common do no register. I mean all the one way they tell people they say no register. They were in secret they will register for let them vote. Why make them come off for let them go vote if they not be registered? For let the voters they know. For say why may this man be saying I no register? But now for the voting, he get clear chance for let you go vote. So maybe if you go register for me no, they say let me not register. Okay. That thing they come on, yes, that thing they come on, we all became grief. But at the end of the day, when the result come out, now the same one way again, I review they say, and they don't agree, result come out. So these were the areas to start getting them wrong. But even the election time again, all these areas we are getting wrong. Yeah. So why make I talk so? Those are the areas who got it wrong. Yeah. Because they are not corrected, then we could do so with this.
Welcome to Mercy TV, channel 29, the most watched and the fastest growing faith-based channel, transmitting live from our studios in Freetown, Sierra Leone, and to nations of the world. Mercy TV broadcasts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with real-time live streaming. Mercy TV brings together the best in Christian television. Mercy TV covers life-transforming teachings, preachings, educational and biblical cartoons for children and young adults, inspirational movies, dramas, live news and current affairs, talk shows, breaking news with expert analysis. You can access Mercy TV channel 29 on Meadowsat, Satcon and Facebook. Mercy TV empower people and transform lives through radio and television. For advert, airtime, orange money donation, call +232 769 78161 or WhatsApp +44 7472 379 179, where everybody is somebody.
Yeah, you get me.
Yeah, okay. Okay, brother, from them, of course, we get one of we brother really out of the country. That
Kelfala Kusia,
we in
America.
He won't come in for tell we idea waiting inside no. I mean, you see about this dialogue and the APC SLPP dialogue. So, brother, hello. Okay, so okay, we want your contribution about this dialogue. The APC don't put upon the country between them and SLPP, where the African Union, the ECOWAS, and the Commonwealth, they can make it a second day today where they dip on the dialogue that again for done Thursday. What you take on that?
Well, this will not follow the outcome is, but in my honest opinion, this dialogue, I don't know if the dialogue for you understand, because the country there laws really govern we all. Any political party we register and salon. Now government is making way to election because everybody will be into election and for win.
Yeah.
You know. So every political party will register is a government waiting when it comes to election.
Yeah.
But again, who's any get problem, and then one day I want to let everybody hear me on record. I really get a problem with some certain set of organizations in the country, some sects, like the media and the civil society.
Okay.
Because one minute they create their organizations in this, that can help government, you know, and help the country. But let's see how it happen. All of these things don't happen. I not see, I see some media houses in the Bible, all things they go on. Like that's something we right. But in real life, you know, right.
You know, right.
Because there's a law. You understand?
Yeah.
No one understands it for democracy, it will ever continue for virtually any partner in the world.
Yeah.
Once election will happen, election will happen today. Somebody say, well, I'm not green. I challenge that one and so that day not the door.
Correct.
Once election will happen, people will say, oh, well, me, I'm not green. That day not the door. Because you know what they see in an election, you understand? So, but you know, genuinely, they don't make comments, but participate in supporters the way they do now. Even, let's talk about Mombela and so let's see. You know, you understand? And they still make comments. People let me there say, oh, you know, for long green, you know, for long speed, you know, for long say that this, for long go to court and challenge that. It's your leadership, you understand? Because and not be one for drag the thing to some level where for me the interest of the country, you understand, come before the political party.
Correct.
So democracy all over the world, and therefore continue for their challenges. So challenges for the top of democracy. But the whatever we get, you know, now the matter how they handle their challenges and the current challenges they happen now that countries they handle that, you know, in the way where they're not going to end up for everything they get.
Brilliant.
Okay, there's a law. Now the country. So when you lost election, if you're not satisfied, then you have to down and understand why they're challenging results. Me, I also think between them because the FCCD provides an evidence, you understand, they say, well, this election, the road win. The court go over and say the road fail. Everybody for the amplifier because what to make the right thing happen at country.
Correct.
But election not done. You understand? You have called yourself. You are not challenge that. You are not doing nothing. You are still, you understand? Say you have set up a jungle way because this way they go to the jungle way. Because these are people that are like, I get that where they look at because don't not forget when you are going to dialogue and negotiation. But all I got to meet up and laugh something. Everybody got to let something go. And based on the thing that are public domain where every teacher is on a table, there's no way the government will let them go on for compromise the law of the land. Now that means that they look at in this whole negotiation. Because when they get to go and put something at the table, everything centered around this election. And so that government will therefore let anything go for their operation start and come into governance. Plus, they therefore tamper with the laws and the venom in the name of negotiation.
Exactly.
So we are not helping the situation. This is just a bad precedent. It's a bad precedent. Even if you go to court, you understand, they go talk to us, you don't win. They don't get a record. So what we lost election, we're going to court. Now this is court tell you, they say we don't win for so reason. It doesn't record.
Exactly.
But what we really get for that record now in all of this? So we the election, we not really go to court, we said jungle because this is a jungle fight. And even the expect the civil society organization, the media, that's what we come out play that and say, let me see the tune at the first day. This way at the first day, not on the right way. We don't get the expertise for sure to say they don't open or they don't open. But what you know, they don't call results. But you are responsible for announcing the announcement that because you win. So never challenge that, but this manner that is not to the right manner. And the disappointing thing about the whole thing, when me and the talker, and we don't talk at once, the people they make a decision maker in the party. Because political party, secretary general, chairman, deputy chairman, other people when they get it done, they are not fired.
Yeah.
They know say this is not the right way to go. We cannot challenge this fight this way. Now they don't push and say they bring more people about them. Nobody able to tell them you and they watch AYT and they watch other media houses there. There are people that they go see them. You know, them in their houses and they, nobody know them and tell them that they say, gentlemen, this way you guys are going to from, and it's not good for our country.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I get a journalist where they are so much in the world. It's common when you work for CNN now, you work for News Nation. I just didn't imagine as a now to come other people have worked done before, for them interview them, they go make sure you tell them, say, guys, well, you know that this is not the right way to go. Why are you going this way? You know, first election get a jungle way. Because this man away don't go to a jungle way. For me, I don't know what's in there for come out of the negotiation. Or better, for the salary, if you see this system by all the things we don't talk like something to me. If government therefore stands to the tune, it has to compromise with the law. So what we see then are we setting? Where are we going as a nation?
Brilliant.
I think they always get challenges. They always go get challenges. Once when they go to election, today out now, people are already there for that so they will go come to the ruling. So them challenges and they don't go ever done for democracy. But how we go handle them challenges today? They reach to that one day and we don't miss. And one miss out because we want them we don't complain to the law, they don't go to the law. When I go to the law, they don't go. They don't hold everything as a jungle way. Now look how they go. Look how they go.
Thank you very much, brother. You have said it all.
They don't go for the nation.
Thank you, brother.
You know.
Yeah, it's salient. That is very, very salient. Family, I just get with brother with the America day. Now we just connect something and just talk everything. Of course, we think say that whatever they happen at the dialogue now, some amount of two things they happen. You see, jungle justice one come in there. Also, you see, it's like bending the law, and they say a bad precedent, and that actually ain't talk about, and that is very, very, very dangerous. We need to know that. Okay, we will done with that. Of course, we will keep talking about that over and over. We will now switch again to another topic when the European Union. As soon as they see this one, of course, I don't know whether they see it correctly now. Yesterday, the European Union, they come out and show the report where they give about the elections we pass, because they always they do that. So they write their book them, but for we can't talk about it. We say with the massage and small. So what it normally don't mean? You see, because people then they talk beaucoup. This country get a lot of talk. You see, in statistics or what you can call in research, two things that the way they do, when you get in a hypothesis, you say this na so this day, you dey prove them whether na so it day. Before you prove them, you dey do certain things there. For example, you dey go find out, and that find out, the manner in which you dey find out are in many ways there. You can either do some questionnaire that you send out people they answer, or you can do some other investigation, or you can observe just to look at the thing. You say, oh, okay, this way I've been saying correct. Then observation, you observe something, you know there any more thing, you just want to know waiting they happen there. That na the lane where the European Union depend. Now I want make I tell family today. The thing that will happen between Sierra Leone and Mula, where the EU boss where they are, quite different from the European Union we can observe with elections. That is why they go sit down the right, because they get a mandate. When they a mandate, when an institution they, like let us say the Bank of Salo or let us say the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health a mandate now for make people then get well body. Now the mandate that when they say mandate, what do you stand for? What do they stand for? Now I want to read to now. The European Union say they want to look at the legal framework of independence. I mean how will they implement the legal system. Number two, they want to look at the election administration, how they administer elections. Three, how they do campaign them. Four, the role where other places that they play, like the civil society per election. Of course, the next one is the way how voting they go on. 3 or 4 or 5, the environment, things that really happen at the environment, things that really occur they happen at all times, you know. They want to know about them. Now that thing they observe. What are the things that I have to tell you now? They will also look at complaints where, I mean, in the process. The next one where they say, then they look at the degree of impartiality, how impartial the people then be. How you really support one person. They also want to look at the freedom of political parties and where they pass where they do their campaign. The next one where they look at now the manner in which they allow people for assemble the places they for do their party activities. The other side where they say the degree of openness, you know, in the campaign, how they open it free for everybody for go about time. The other one, the universal franchise, that's the right for make you vote, whether people they agree for make people they vote. The other one where they talk about the degree of political parties, the candidature, you know, to the state activities. That they look at also any other thing that will concern democracy, the rule of law, and legal framework. That nine are their mandate. In a short spell of what they say, then they look at them thing them. Now that they can look for. It's quite different from waiting with the arena street today. You they can't talk about tomorrow election day. You they can't talk about no. This is their mandate. Now they give you the right and now they give you the book you look at. Possibly if you not get time, just try for the website they actually we maybe before bring her very close to the TV when I see on the website there. I think I don't know whether I will be able to see it really. I don't know if we read all for them, but then it's difficult to make a show now. But the website there would have European Union. The mandatory account they don't come for talk about any other thing other than for see the thing the way they put here for them. So the young lady yesterday when the director, now he named Madam Evelyn Inks or Incy, of course. Evelyn Incy, now the name down there. Yesterday he called a meeting, press conference. They talk about the thing that we they check what. Which are the thing that we they talk about? They always talk about that same thing anytime. And one thing where I want to tell family today. No time not the way you they do something with small thing or the way you will mistake pan. Now I make with a revolve motorman how they bokuna so they add a law, small law there. So make person not can begin take the European Union like an array book for can say they can't pull which no. Or they can't criticize it. No. Not that way they can't power. They can for correct a lot of things. Imagine some years back, now marble will be they do elections with. So somebody as they hit the marble, you go hit by inside. Come on, the other can hit by inside. You go put in. We go vote 10 times. Some party then they say the big town, then they call the villagers and they can't sleep now the big town. They give them marble, they hit by they go back. They go back and they go again, they vote. At the end of the day, they say this person I win. Who don't they revolve? So what did the European Union do? Like some time ago, and they tell me now because I hear from one my brother with the American we say we will that the media will forget for the tell you that the truth. If you hard person, okay, but the truth is in the no other way not there. In 2012, Madabio being aggrieved, he say President former Ernest Kroma no bitter. He make sure say he will get some examples the way he said some area the way he snap thing the way people they pull ballot paper in the stuff and so say whether they do this because that they happen the European Union they write something there about say let change with election. What happen 2018 when we can the election system, they make a like school, the classroom where you go now one line, the line whether the name will come out from A, B, C, D to J, whether a papa name it and whether they like this line. This is like so. Then they also make register, just like school. You see, so that they reform them. Now the European Union, even though one of the comments when I begin was that there was no transparency. That means they don't see. And Isaiah number 4 of the mandate say they foresee the final counting. But then anything wey can happen normally, something like maybe something happen. In 2007, the Venezuela, when I be Victor Angelo, begin talk about regime change. He even take the returning officer, in your compound. At the end of the day, they give it they give as an election. So it's like we Africa, when they begin for FISI, people like European, they can't interfere into elections. Where the mandate, where the constitution give them directly to the returning officer, when the ECSL commissioner. You know, so because of that reason, these elections and the other election, they control a lot of things. Now the same thing way Mohammed Kenyawi connect control. But by buying them not for enter into your situation room, wait for track the computer, they see and say that was wrong. Equally so, when you go through this book, they write something I will come ask me panelists, the other panelists don't just move out because they get something for attend to. They talk about, in fact, they say Madam Fatima Bio being get a lot of airtime with the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Of course, they compare with Akisoya, and my colleague they say no, Akisoya is an area of concentration in Freetown, whereas Madam Fatima Bio, they are over all the country. So where they go, they are video with them. So for cover the whole country and for cover Freetown, they're different thing. So you don't go say that, but then they too made some mistakes. But anyway, on the general note, they're not going to tell you anything about the election, saying that this person win and this person. No, they even put the win down about everything. The 56% they put here. They kolo and they not change anything. They not argue anything about anything inside this book here. So that is why when they say nobody knows there for the Brexit, the European Union, just that verbatim way, because they look the thing there. This is what they provide. You know, the same 56% where the president began, and they put in a book here. They are showing you exactly what they see. Now observation, they campus. So man, they say this and say that. But as I talk, of course, my colleague there and all myself come in. Make we just massage the European Union, then you report where they give. Of course, this paper they go give the president yesterday. We said we did at the press conference and go we on. So, Mr. Davis, I just want to make a rough note about the European Union, the mandate as to against the Botobata where we they talk, Nasaloya.
First of all, you know, na civic education now.
Yeah.
And so I think a right, at least let me begin to educate to people and small and understand.
Yeah.
You know, when they say election observation, especially for domestic groups, now one of the civic rights and responsibility in election.
Yeah.
It also means that we they go vote. All other eligible for go vote, they can vote. But once we they go vote, not only all go able to observe the election and make out with voice. So we form ourselves into various groups. We get in civil society, we get an election body them, we get various organizations then within the states. When a Sierra Leone based organization, we get them. we dey give them that right for let them come observe. Now why we dey give them that right say one na for let them serve as a eye for the people and also the government, and then secondly for let them say out wetin dem think say not only for pass judgment o but na for let you just talk wetin and wetin you see
and how for improve
and how na make even at one time when we bin observe election there was a place where dem tell we say we for write wetin we observe and wetin we think say another side dey outside dem say wetin you think say for do for improve on this.
Yes.
So that's na real civic responsibility and rights wey we can enjoy when election come.
Yeah.
But when we dey begin come international observers, it is show say na we dey try for show we padi business with the international world, with making the whole world for understand that we are not alone. We stand with you. So in these sad times, we also need una for come inside and help we. But as we dey talk, these findings not necessarily mean say then na thing dem wey the government of the day go by or the state go by. These are recommendations. Now make we call people dem for carry help we watch because we alone no go able for watch. So now we don watch, we don see say there are faults wey dey A, B, C, D faults and dey this side. And these faults get the potential for bringing this nation into disrepute. So how do we fix it so that it not happen again in future? Let's say for example, after the election now, you find out say there are a lot of complaints coming from the main opposition. They say there are a lot of malpractices, there are a lot of discrepancies, some of their rights for go campaign and some areas them we are not allowed. These are all the things where the EU observation they talk about, and they make them known as some of their own findings waiting their notice. So like we dey say, these not necessarily mean say these are things that we will go by, but things that we can actually look and try for scrutinize. But again, let me understand something back. Normally before election they come, because election observation no dey start or no end only when people dey go vote or when they count the ballots on election day. Not today no more. Election observation also they come before ballots, before people dey go to the polls. We dey begin observe and raise up objections, call governments, call election stakeholders them, call security forces to the table, call them to attention. We go dey into dispute because A no go agree or B no go agree, because still dem dey begin for happen before the election wey don go against the bylaws wey been don set before the election, and because we no be against am now na dey result to this. So that brings me to asking another question again. Some of these objections wey we dey make now, we been count them before the elections, or all of these observations get anything for do with the rule of law wey breach, and then we go again. We don't notice all of this during campaigns. We find out say certain political parties we are not allowed in some areas. We raise our objections, we call election stakeholders to attention, we call the security forces, the election management body. We make them understand say we don't begin we come into problem after the election.
So I want to make you instill this mandate to farm with them, and I want to read them back to you.
The one we get for with the EU.
Yes. Then say the mission's mandate is to observe all aspects of electoral processes and assess the extent to which the election comply with Sierra Leone's law, as well as the regional and international standards and commitment Sierra Leone has made regarding democratic elections.
So that's what we are saying. Now, I think for the illiterate man out there or somebody we not able for understand right English or anything. Now when he see report like this or he report like this, you find out say they say, oh yes, we talk am. Now this woman they say, we were robbed in some areas, they don't allow me, now they talk. So that then they come to the conclusion now that they did the election, they hold them. But again, now you're letting the people and say from the reports that they're not there for conclude or for take decisions. They only come for witness the election. One, they make it clear say on the invitation of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. That means if you not be invited, then they come. Because not all the rights for Kaya. Now they come on invitation. That's one. Then secondly, there is a prescribed or well-organized arrangements as to how they come for observe. They don't tell you waiting at your role, waiting at your responsibility. And as far as me concerned, looking at this report, that was exactly what the UN or the EU observation team actually did. And then they presents waiting they see. And then find out say all of the things them according to that portion one. That is not to say they know they actually they try for say the government party or the electoral law was biased to the point that they give the first lady edge over. So now it's left with the Electoral Commission or other electoral body them, including the PPRC, to say for explain, including the political party themselves, why this and this happen, why we see first lady more than you. Can we bring these two people together and ask them, give them the opportunity for explain why we are more on TV than this other person? You, why you not been there? Let them explain. Let the people are able to understand that. Okay, now this time is the reason why SLBC, AYV show more of this person than this other person. Because as far as me concerned as a Sierra Leonean, when they follow the election, I will tell you, so the national TV, the SLBC, and also that of the AYV, to a larger extent, we are fear
to everybody
as far as this election was concerned. To the point that even they feel now the media are not the time for actually conclude for the radio, because on the radio maybe then get the own standard where maybe these political parties they don't meet. So this is what election observations is all about, and this no they actually they say we need for go by this. It left with us.
But can you compare Akisoya and Fatima Bio in campaign system?
Okay, well, first of all, if me for actually look at the two, inside the 2023 election, this June election we pass. First of all, it's like somebody where they campaign for the one country, where your own candidates. The constituency we get at the whole nation. And then that Fatima Bio. A man will have been the president then, and also now the president. I go for the presidency.
Because the whole nation
one constituency. Because for when you become the president of this country, the north get for votes for you, the south get for votes for you, the east, the west, all parts of this country you get for votes there. But unlike Akisoya, where they stand only for mayoral position. Not only the entire Fiton, but the western area urban. So you don't expect the mayoral candidates for a small constituency for actually surpass somebody who gets a whole nation.
Good.
So I mean, it be supposed for B, we be supposed for X, or maybe that kind of barometer they supposed for explain something we get for do between the APC. The SLPP, the NGC, the PMDC, all political parties that will stand for the presidency and all ranks and file. And say, why is it that this person appear more than you? Why is it that this person was allowed to campaign in all areas, you are not allowed?
I will read another part for you. Okay? When at the beginning of the whole thing, the talk with and talk here. See? Where am I here? they talk about somebody really away, then a runaway sort of, you know, and that one was more or less. You see, oh, where am I now? Lack of sufficiency. Okay. Anyway, continue for talk. Me I look there. Continue for talk. You talk. Me I to turn there because we don't mark the really.
All right. So that's nine observation. I mean, you observe. You look at the processes. You look at the standards. You look at all waiting happen, and then you go now back to the laws and begin to observe. That if you have to recommend. You look at the laws when been set before the elections and say these parts were breached. Would they recommend this and this for happen? And then you look at another areas and say this not breach any law within the electoral process. But we think say it not good for electoral practices.
I don't see the executive summary. Say the 2023 general election attested to Sierra Leone strong commitment to democracy. On June 24, citizens in large numbers went to the polls to elect the president, members of parliament, mayor, and local councillors. The recent revised legal framework gave hope for enhanced integrity in the conduct of the elections and greater gender parity in politics. However, voters' trust in credibility and of elections was undermined by lack of transparency during critical stages of the process, particularly during the tabulation process, and by significant statistical inconsistencies in the results. An independent citizen observer group whose voice concern was threatened and its leadership had to flee the country, which is indicative of democratic backsliding. I want to talk about that. We don't understand this na Creole. Of course, my brother go talk now. Why should they talk? Because you don't make good thing for man. They talk about transparency. When you say transparent, that means I do something when I be here, I do it, so you know see.
All right. This I think this area now one of the points we political parties and we feel disagree with the election result now the whole, and also certain electoral observation group them they say all this side. But I will tell you say not only political party them more, the international observers them all more on this transparency during the tabulation. Alright, so that brings me to this question again. Wetin will not tell we when it comes to tabulation? Wetin will not be the practice?
Yeah.
All this while when they get elections. And I would say in fact probably the first time we get this kind of contest.
Yes.
When it comes to tabulation.
Yeah. Then the same thing happened 2018. Nothing happened. They're not changing.
Nobody not make mention about this.
Yeah. But when now?
Yes. And because from 1996, when we democracy was restored, you find out say all 12 those elections up to 2018, this will never be a contest.
No.
All man when they lost, when they cry foul.
Yeah.
But they never make mention to this one.
Yeah, where they put a one on table.
Exactly so, because we not get to these points.
Yeah.
We make this become questionable.
Yeah.
So now this so much concern to the European Union or other international observer groups because somebody cried to them.
Yeah.
Or somebody complained that the process was not open. So in other words now, then they try for talk about something where they not that they know about it, and they know at the same time one for talk say they were told, then just one for say they observe. They observe. So now you ask them, wetin the law actually tell me when it comes to tabulation? Wetin he say? He say
exactly wetin dem do.
He say wait, we do am, we for do am publicly, open one everybody see.
No.
Or the law say we for come, but there is a glass where dem go put, and then we go dey over under who they are, or we want for cancel them. How the law talk am? So this is where the court comes in. Assuming all of this were breach, and you are a political party wey bin get the tendency for kind to governance, and you are cheated on this part, and according to the electoral rules, we don breach this. Assuming we breach this, this would have been one of the key points wey for don reverse this election, wey for don give the potential for let me reorganize this election back. But because we know not say so, you find out say people dey only dey complain this, but they no dey take action further because they know say this not correct. It don't get anything for do with breach. So now then they say they observe. So that tells you that they no observe. But somebody told them that this happened, and we not think say correct. You know, for be that with our own say and then say it's not correct. So in other words now, they are now recommending that for future sake, for them they avoid all of these disagreements, it's about time we review the tabulation process and say now all the counts, we all for counts now together.
So if waiting you they say, and we hope say the electoral commission will do that, after the elections done, they turn the box APC, SLPP, APC, SLPP, APC. When we count, then they give the RR form. So they give the APC person, APC.
Yes.
Now this SLPP get. Now this APC.
Yes. Void there. This other party.
The other party. I get this. Then this ECSL for make sure say every polling station they put a one whole spreadsheet. And by district or section. District by district. No. Let me say, district by district, region by region. Yes, now that the one that may be.
Yes,
that is salient.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
But again, I think say waiting go necessary for happen. Now the distribution of results by districts and regions, that one they go necessary. But you know why the law prevents we not for do that tabulation process day as how it happen on polling station. You know, they happen at polling station. And you find out say first can come away to the point that somebody they can scatter everything. Box up everything, take a whole box, scatter. So now make now the law say now the people the way we don't entrust, where we don't guarantee say now they're able to manage this process for we. Then we allow them. The only thing we can we sit down, but then they do the process. You go over here, this party they over here, we all sit over here, but glass they will block we. So that if we disagree, we won't be able to pass that glass and go scatter that place.
Maybe another way again when we go look at all the polling stations, then the 11,800 polling stations go get 11,000 cameras or phone their way. But phone not they able to take a very long time working or something. So
but I think that that's the election process be one go to electronics. But certain sets of political parties disagree and say no, we don't answer to. Yes, when I consider what happen in Nigeria. So then see as if we allow that electronic process we go on in Nigeria, in fact if now we don't use safe, I think say for more issue than we get this one now. The one we agree with our agree say for be manual. Look at how we still they go long. So and then we dey talk about, so these are all things, and so now what we need for do now for let me look at all of these things and say okay, it don't happen this way and we don't think say right. Now this is where that law comes in. Now we extend the ideas. How do you think say for happen? When you think say for be the best way first so go dey. Where we no go scatter all thing, we no go beat people in a polling station, we no go damage, nothing no go happen. How you think say go be the best way? Because the law it mean do am this way because the law fit to say na the best way for prevent crime. But now what do you think? Then APC go talk, SLPP talk, NGC talk, all man give in ideas so I think. Believe me,
that is the dialogue.
By the end of the day, we will come back. We must meet up at one point where we will say, well, this time for be the right way. As how we do not agree in all our laws. So that is something we for actually look at. But as it is now, that's what the law say. Not so. And then we come to independent groups, independent observation groups. I think that they point particularly to new. That observation, they just no one call name, but I think they point to new. We then be assume say the election for going to second rounds. So according to the security forces and some critical election body them, they say this get the tendency for undermine the peace and bring this nation into war.
There was no need.
Yes. So but I don't think say any arrest was ordered. It's just that somebody panic and fear.
Yeah, they cause someone said maybe waiting for don't get.
Yes, you know, and so he left.
He left. Then don't take and
yes, and so as far as the observers were concerned, they were threatening. This person was threatening to the point that he gets for escape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now all of this, and this will they say somebody need to explain.
Yeah, look at Marcela Samba.
Now they talk about
they then at the airport, everybody turn
exactly.
Say, look and they go, nobody know.
So now this will they talk about say now these are observations. Now somebody need to educate the public in response to these observations that okay we now observe this but now because we don't know everything been go wrong. Now what happen for this person? He come and talk say the election for go second rounds. He conclude.
Yeah.
Where not only
770
exactly. Where by law yes by law not only get the tendency not only get a mandate for talk who that win or how the election get for go leg. You are only there to observe and moreover you not even get that capacity like a neck be the over neck be the outside
700 over 11,800
yes neck be the outside outside prescribed
0.0 something
yes neck be the outside and prescribed they say them for day but you will not be able to cover all neck stations you just use 700 and something and then use as a sample don't use them as a sample
11,800
exactly use them as a sample and you now say by new sample even if they put all the election results together for the second rounds.
Yes.
But again,
and the sample where you take, the area where you take can possibly not even know.
Exactly.
Maybe if you be taken at the southeast, if you say about this election, and 90% will go.
Exactly.
If you take at the west and the north, you will say this election will go run off.
Exactly.
You know. So.
You see, so that's the point. So now the security forces and other supporters of the ruling party when they see their own possible chance for re-election bless and begin for say hey this person want for create chaos security forces wetin una dey do and the person get panic and he get forward so now we need for explain as to wetin go wrong when it comes to this so like when we say this is where the layman can get some of these things wrong. These observations. Now once you hear, he say when I hear back the talker, the man be threatening people. Look, that person talking and no more. They want after her. You see, so it's just observations. So, but I don't know if we can still get Borakusia again for your final comments before we end.
Well, okay. I'm a few saying for yours. I don't know. You been listening?
They follow the program. Yes, they follow the program. So why should they try for conclude? You know, these are all things now where we can come back.
Ask them if they follow.
These are all things back where we can come back and sit down as a nation and say, all right, this and this will happen. Now, how do we get over this in future? Now, election they come back just now. Another Friday.
That is the reason why the president may don't form a review committee where the vice president they had, because of the internet. And why this paper don't go to them yesterday? They pass and give them. So
so one of my disappointments what I get is, like when they talk on civic education. I believe say as a nation by now, we for able for look at all of these things and say we for able for observe all of these things and make recommendations on our own. We not therefore always they dwell on the fact that now people from outside get for always they tell we make corrections for we. And President Bureau in governments they make much say how now young governments no don't implement over 60% of international recommendations.
Yeah, you read that book. They
yes.
Implement some.
Yes. So that this is not something wrong for actually the post of. So because he actually they try for toxic, he actually they try for making we understand that at the same time, even though even he says the toxic, we for try for come under neo-colonialism. But yet he still believe.
No, but that does not. Surroundings and they go watch British or not to British, okay, American election. But
tell me.
Although there might not be much impact, but they must.
But let's hear the last time where Ghana say they implement 60% of what international people they tell them. I mean, everything Kosia talk about. Kosia say,
mind you,
yeah.
When the Nigerians came, they admire we because we went with all the positions, the president, mayor, at one go. They are not doing that. So they admire.
Yeah. No, but you know, say Nigeria gets a different democracy.
Every country they spile.
Yeah, but yes, of course. And with democracy, really, with democracy and with elections, people learn internationally. We get few where we will disagree. That's normal.
Yeah.
But most people don't actually they approach
the election. It was really very
yes, in terms of the peaceful atmosphere.
It was highly watched.
In terms of the peaceful atmosphere and in terms of the conduct of the people and the participation of the people when it comes to election at Sierra Leone. But what we try for say is we know for the dwelling we for the go by. Now this na a break something where the government already do establish the presidency. Okay, myself na victim of this situation. We are all having issues with the electoral commission.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, na me don't win. But as a president for all, let me can sit down back and let me chat the way forward by way they form up a committee so that we go can pass idea. People they say the vice president for the day. That if the vice president did it, the whole thing will be compromised. I mean,
well, the vice president ever will remain.
No, I mean, but
create the constitution.
But what will they tell
create the constitution?
This now body will contain even international community all across all parts of the life. I mean, if we are there and the vice president intend for compromise, can we not shout? And maybe the people and also, including the vice president, that hey, Mr. Not also now the agreement. Now this and this we for do. Or let go present a kind of document where not only we say, where not reflect with opinions. So you see, trust.
Say bye bye to this.
Yeah, this trust again, this continual trust where they lost in the institutions and with state functionaries, I think say not correct. Not really good as a nation, and I think say it's about time we begin for actually the shift from all of these things. With disagreements, not cause we to or link we to that point wherein it will reach a time now. If we continue in this path, it will reach a time now, even on election time. Certain political party no go even go na media. When you invite them, they will say I no come because we know na media for be on this side. All right, yeah. time waits for no man.
Yeah.
All right, viewers, the opinions they will they give on this program, no, they reflect the opinions of Mercy TV, and at the same time, we know they try for be biased. We are just trying to don't say something where you think say not correct. You know, you agree with. Of course, you see the WhatsApp number on the screen. You can send the comments there, and I think say we go work on them. Yeah, and una self now we all observe them, just like how the election been get. Una self now we review the program we watch. Una not able for see anything now, but una can see them through the WhatsApp group on the screen, and we self go able for take on them. So until Wednesday, they will go for coming. Remy Davis. I will say plenty thank you on Saturday. Yeah. Okay, yeah, on Saturday they will go for come. I will say plenty thank you for our time we wanna spend for view this program. And we wanna share also. We already watch on Facebook. Wanna share, and wanna likes, and also send me stars because they help we for able for continue for the bring this program on to us. So until Saturday, Remy Davis. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. From them, of course, we will actually begin for run phone-in programs because what thing they happen at the light business we at times we they talk the light go off either from we own side or we get a generator, it can go off inside because not all the time. But we hope say we will bring in phone-in pro so that we not self will participate. So today Wednesday, Mr. Elvis Sama again. No, today Saturday, of course. Thank you for listening.
Mercy TV, broadcasting live from our studios in Freetown. Our broadcast stretches across the Mano River Union and surrounding areas with unique quality and uplifting programs of hope, faith and love. Our strong emphasis are on home content, educational and inspirational dramas and more. We broadcast the gospel with signs and wonders, reflecting the will of God daily. Our audience also enjoys local, national and international news. With Mercy Media, your business is already a success.